Another exciting game coming to you from Milnerton Hockey Festival, sponsored by Fourways Online. We have Paul Roos Gymnasium against Pinelands High School. Randall, if I'm not mistaken, this is your alma mater.
Yeah, you know, back in the old days, we started there in the 1900s. I'm not going to give my age away.
Can I just give you guys a scary fact? Paul Roos on the ball there is the grandson of the Paul Roos.
Oh.
What a legacy the boy has.
I'm playing hockey instead of rugby, so quite a bit of development and progressive nature. And as we say that, they're looking to take advantage of their pace. Always playing a very simple, structured game, but Pinelands are a squad that you do not forget. In our matric year in 2003, we actually lost to Pinelands back when Austin Smith was playing.
Oh, the great Austin Smith. I'm sure you'd be proud watching his school playing now. Such a proud lander, that one, Austin Smith. My ex-roommate actually with the national team.
Oh, fantastic. And Pinelands just a little bit scrappy there on top D, looking to take advantage, finding their feet quite quickly.
Yeah, and we have Paul Roos, coached by Ashton Freddy, former national men's hockey player as well as the current video analyst of the South African men's hockey team. And we have Randall Hendricks coaching Pinelands High School's first team and also mentored by Jade Hearn, an ex-national men's hockey player. So we have quite a bit of experience and you know-how in front of us today. So it bodes to be a very good game, Randall.
Yeah, I played against both of those players, both Ashlyn and Jade. Definitely two of the scariest players in the men's leagues over the past 20 years. And as we say, that big ball up here looking to find, and quick shot comes off, but ball just finding its way over the baseline on the other side.
Yeah, Moses Koosman there with a shot, unfortunately not able to execute it. But yeah, good intent from the start there. We expect to see a very good structure from Paul Roos today.
Captain on the Pinelands side is Tawfiq Khali, with Adam Graham as vice captain. Adam Graham will be the one with the headband. Loud blow there by the umpire.
Get it. Very interesting game. So the boys are going to have to fight against the conditions. It's going to be about 30 degrees soon. Sweltering heat, wind, not watered AstroTurf. Which team is going to be adjusting the best in these conditions?
You know, when you're playing in these kind of situations, you want to...
Great turnover there from Pinelands. Unfortunately, the backstick there. Paul Roos will be watching about how these boys are hunting them down at the back there. These Pineland boys look ready and geared up. And just a very composed turn there from Sean Mart. Very silky player Sean Mart is. Unfortunately, just couldn't connect there.
Yeah, just taking a little bit too far. Looked like he gained about 40 yards on that run.
I thought you were going to say 40 grams of muscle there. I had a little bit of a pre-season with him earlier this year. He came to join one of my training sessions. He was looking really fit. So I'm curious to see how his hockey has been coming along.
You know, so I'm assuming that you are playing your trade in Boland. So me being out with Western Province boys, I think it's time that we take some notes before we see each other again in July.
No. My Boland days are behind me. I'm full on Western Province. No, I'm just happy about the development of hockey in the Western Cape as a whole. I'm a proud province boykie. So just to see both Boland and Western Province players developing is huge for me, because at the end of the day, it makes the Western Province men's setup a lot stronger.
Yeah, myself being a Boland player, being more involved with Western Province, but Paul Roos come away with a short corner as we see Captain Rudolf Becker. Carl Becker, apologies, walking up to the push-out spot.
Just this early 5 minutes, you can see how Paul Roos are set up there with their blockers, their midfielders, two midfielders constantly holding the spaces, so when they're outletting from the back, they have some passes available.
I believe that's the first use of the water bottle we've seen on P-Spot today.
It's called experience, Randall.
And also the quickest push out so far of the day.
Ooh.
Unable to get that ball on the stick, but another short corner one as the ball was played dead by the goalkeeper.
As we said, it's tough out there with the dry conditions, just for Sean Mart and Ruben Sensel that are on top of the circle there just to get those flicks away. Yeah, as I said, it's hard in these conditions with a dry turf. But that is a big boy busy pushing out there, Rudolph.
Yeah, definitely.
No, Carl Becker.
Carl Becker. Everyone is named Rudolph. Oh,
Yeah.
big flick goes in.
Great
Well
save.
served. Another
Quick
shot comes
shot.
across.
And Pinelands, some great defending from Pinelands. They can regroup. Yeah, Pinelands at the moment not as structured as Paul Roos, but they're still having some good build-up play. They clearly have a plan there, and yeah, it looks good. Shifting the ball wide.
Yeah, sometimes playing against, when you are playing contrasting brands of hockey, sometimes it's just smart to maintain your structure and your plan. And as we like to say, control of the pace of the game does not mean that you always need to go faster. You could actually also slow it down and frustrate the team you're playing against.
Which I think we'll see a lot from Pinelands today. Pinelands making use of their midfield, which we want to see. Unlucky there from Tofik. He almost got it past that defender. That would have broken the seam of play. It gives Paul Roos another opportunity here. Great receive in the circle. Quick shot. Oh, unlucky. Defender seemed to have gotten a stick in the way there, but some great skills there from the Paul Roos attacker.
Yeah, some brave defending on the line is what you want to see in defense. Just about 7.5 minutes gone. Score still 0-0, so still quite even despite the percentages in possession.
Oof, loose ball again in the hot box like we've been speaking about all morning, and Milnerton come away with a hit. Lots of pressure being applied here by Paul Roos.
You said Milnerton?
Pinelands High School. Sorry. Fine, the Landers.
Yeah, 2 Milnerton games done, so we are still feeling that Milnerton vibe, but this definitely has been the quickest game so far. And what we're immediately seeing is a reduction in turnovers from both sides.
Yeah, some good quality hockey in this match this far. No, still remains scoreless, but both teams showing intent.
Ball being played live and advantage being given by umpire Aintree Burns, experienced umpire. Was the Kuro first team captain many years ago.
Yeah, and Aintree Burns joined by Liam Ferguson for his second game of the morning.
It's fantastic to have a schools tournament being officiated by IPT level umpires.
Yeah, it's good for the boys as well, you know, game that's being well managed. There's some high quality hockey, and what you need is high quality officiating, which you are getting here at this tournament. Milnerton doing well on the ball here, sucking the pressure, but the pressure from Pinelands High School, my word. I won't forget it, that's my last mistake. Apologies, folks.
Yeah, Paul Roos getting the turnover, looking to take advantage not being given there, but overloading on this right side, looking to go all the way over to the other side of the park.
Good turnover there from Pinelands. Looking for a counter attack over here down the right hand side. Just waiting to get players ahead of the ball. And the ball thrown to space. Oh, great opportunity there for Pinelands High School. Just the early pass was well read from Captain Carl Becker. I mean, that boy has a reach on him, so you're going to have to do a lot better to get the ball out the way.
Yeah, just comparing this match to the one we've seen before, definitely just in passing distances quite a bit shorter. So playing a more controlled brand of hockey on both sides, fully understanding the pace of the turf.
Ooh, great snapshot. Great snapshot, great save. Again, good hockey all round from Pinelands and Paul Roos. But Paul Roos still have the ball here on attacking 23 just outside the circle. Moves at 5. Trying to roll off, has a shot. And short corner. Again, brave defending from the Pinelands boys. That is keeping them in this game, with Paul Roos having about 75% of the possession thus far.
Yeah, most of the game being played in that final 22 or 25, 23, depending on
any other numbers you want to shout out there. We'll get a measuring tape after the game just for some real clarity. You know, I was once on a strategy break at Varsity Cup Rugby, and I said the 23 instead of the 22.
Oh, a little bit of a...
Again, Paul Roos boys struggling to get that flick off. It's just about going back to your basics, you know, not to flick it too hard, but just getting it on target. And Pinelands survive another short corner. Coach Freddy of Paul Roos will not be impressed that they cannot take advantage of the opportunities as yet.
And a lot of the game has been played in this corner of the field, so they definitely are working as the ball's just rolling around. They're looking for a big shot. May not have been the best option there while having someone on far post.
Again, we speak about just keeping your stick on the ball there. As soon as you lift it up, you give the defenders an opportunity to get their sticks down and in the way, as we've been seeing. Another opportunity here. Moses with a strong drive, and another missed opportunity for Paul Roos. I don't know, I feel like Randall, from experience, Paul Roos having the upper hand in this game, the more they start getting these opportunities, the more frustrated they will get, and more carries we'll be seeing, and not the small passes that they were doing in the first 10 minutes. So let's see if they can maintain that composure to keep moving the ball. But we're here with Pinelands now.
Yeah, this is quite an aggressive press by the Paul Roos strikers and squad in general, so Pinelands will be looking to break that somehow. Opting for the over to relieve a little bit of pressure, but throwing possession away as they look to take the game to the other side of the park.
Yeah, I think Coach Randall Hendricks will just look to have his Pinelands team maybe just effect a few more passes together, bowl a few more phases. At this stage they're struggling to outlet out of the back, but that'll be one of the talking points going to half time after these last 5 minutes. Hopefully for their sake they can stay into the game. But strong carry from young Paul Roos over there. Good dangerous ball in, and Moses with another shot, probably his 5th of the game, unable to get that all-eluding goal.
Yeah, thanks again to Now Win, a cybersecurity specialist, one of our big sponsors of this weekend, along with Fourways Online. 82 matches, 82 fixtures over the 3 days and across 3 venues.
And an early break from one of the Pinelands lads there. That means he's sent to the halfway line, so they only have 3 in the defensive box right now for another short corner to Paul Roos, who are just probably trying to get the ball on target. And a great save there from the keeper. Great strong carry. Ball just does not want to go in. And unlucky Sean Mart on the drag flick over there, not being able to score a goal there, hitting the target. But I see more and more of these boys going high on their drag flicks instead of going nice and low and pushing into a corner. That's something the coach might want to look at, because I mean, Randall, just from an experience point of view and from a technicality point of view, we always say that the your brain is close to your hands, so the keeper's reflexes will be quicker on his hands than his feet. But great skill here from Moses. And again, Moses Kusman finding himself in the right areas, just unable to score the goal.
As we usually say, we want to put the keeper in an area of doubt between hands and feet, so that middle area to force them to make a decision quicker. But massive props here to Pinelands defense. They have withstood these relentless attacks, one after the other, short corner after short corner, and looking to get to the other side of the park, and back the maroon comes.
A little bit of a loose pass there from Paul Roos, and the Landers is pushing them back out there. The Landers are looking at having a little bit of a half-court press now to end the half. 4 minutes to go, just consolidating, and a turnover. Well, actually, no, good attempt at interception there, but Paul Roos maintained possession. There's a good little strategy from Pinelands to go into a half-court press. What that does is condense the field, make it a little bit smaller. It slows down the play and also gives them an opportunity for counter-attack. So what they want to see is Paul Roos maybe playing a lot more bigger balls to try and pierce the seams, that giving them an opportunity to step and intercept. So let's see, great 1-2 pass inside, and Sean Mart again looking to take it on himself. Unfortunately, as I said, the longer the game goes on, it looks like the Paul Roos boys are going to start carrying a lot more. It's up to the coach to remind them and just help them with that little bit of experience to keep moving the ball, finding the gaps.
Yeah, and their coach being one of the players as the ball comes back in, and again, good clearance and good defense. Coach Ashton being one of the players from the men's leagues where I remember Coach Yami Krokam shouting the ball may not go to Ashton Freddy in one match.
Testament to the player, eh?
As the ball rolls deep in, ball rolls off on the outside. Captain Carl Bicker having access to this one. So just about 2 minutes left. I mean, we've seen a very, very composed PRG attack with a very, very strong Pinelands defense. Desperate at times, but not letting anything through. As you say, another ball finding its way just outside the D.
Oh, great reverse pressure there. Unfortunately, hit the back of the stick.
What do you think will be the big straw that both squads will need here to effect a breakthrough?
I think for Pineland's sake, it's just beating that first line of defense when they're outletting. I think that's what's hurting them at the moment. Maybe just changing a little bit up at the back structurally. For Paul Roos, I just think playing that extra pass mentality. So when they get in the circle, they're looking for these great goals, but not once did we see a far post opportunity. And that's one of the easiest goals to score with the amount of chances they created. So where Paul Roos are looking to effect changes high up in the field, I think for the Landers, here's another opportunity now. Oh, goal through the keeper's legs. That is exactly what you want. 1 minute on the clock. Great goal scored there from Paul Roos.
We will get the goal scorer's name in a moment.
Hard lines for Landers who have defended so well throughout this first 20 minutes. But the pressure was just too much. Good turnover there. Now it's just time to consolidate at the back for Pinelands. Just keep moving the ball. But another interception from the actual Paul Roos. Paul Roos look like they have a little skip in their step now. Another opportunity. Another goal. Just missed again. Pinelands breathe a sign of relief.
Yeah, that goal was scored by Josh Ellsworth, LV.
Is LV's nickname or is that a double barrel surname?
I believe it's a double barrel surname. Manager Renette just informing me.
And That is the halftime break. Much needed for both teams here. It's been a tough first half. The heat just getting to the boys here. As you can see, tough conditions to be playing in. But, you know, some great hockey on display here. So a tough battle out between the 100 meters of AstroTurf at Milnerton High School. At Milnerton Festival, sponsored by Fourways Online. And we are back for the second half action here between Port Roos and Pinelands High School. And 1-0 to Port Roos at this stage. I'm sure the halftime chats would have put both teams in good stead. It's about which team takes on their coach's information the quickest and is able to adjust. What do you think, Randall?
Yeah, I think in a situation like this, as we look at the start of this half, going at quite a rate of knots and pushing straight to the corner, we will see a battle of wits in the second half as we see a big break here through the middle of the park.
Great V-drag there from Sean Mart, opening up the space. Unfortunately not be able to connect. Final pass.
It'll come down to who executes the plan most effectively, because as we like to say, going toe-to-toe individually is always something difficult to pull off, but once you have a squad that works well together, as we see this big pass looking for, and what a fantastic goal.
And as we said, Port Roos needs to effect that extra pass mentality for the far post there. Moses Kusman, who has had the better fare of the Port Roos chances in that first half, finally gets his name on the score sheet from a sneaky little reverse stick pass from Ruben Sensel.
Yeah, not always easy to pull off a bouncing ball and lift it into the park or into the top of the net, but fantastic work there as we see.
Yeah, and as we just seen there, that Pinelands have also changed their keeper for this half. Zia Davids coming on, and under the pump immediately Zia Davids with Baron Geldenhuys, I think it is, scoring over there. Great goal. Again, 2 goals scored on the far post. Exactly what the commentators were saying when they were struggling to execute in the circle in the first half.
Like you were saying, it's all about that hot box, that last 9 yards.
Exactly, and Paul Roos is coming out firing in the second half. Will Pinelands be able to come back into it? It will turn into a little bit of a scrappy game for Pinelands if they don't shut the door. They just need to regroup, slow the game down, just go back to their basics.
Yeah, you just cannot let balls just roll through the middle of the park there. So if they can just reorganize and just cut out the bigger ball and win the small battles on the park. I'm sure Coach Randall Hendricks and Alison de Waal had a chat to the young men about that at halftime. There is nothing worse than spending a half defending. You want to put the team under pressure, and as they say, they're looking to find a way in, but again, well managed by the defensive side.
That Paul Roos captain Carl Becker is a unit at the back, and they're going to have to do a lot better to move the ball around him. But the ball goes begging there for Paul Roos Gymnasium with another opportunity there to hit Pinelands on the break.
I wonder if we can get a reference of someone standing next to Carl Becker just to see his actual size. I'm sure that guy...
From what I've heard is that Eben Etzebeth actually went to go try and convince him to play rugby for Paul Roos, because he said, like, with his potentials, looking at 2.3 or 2.03 meters, and that's, you know, for a rugby player, that's prime area. We might see Rassie Rasmus come snap him up if you see his reach over here on the hockey field.
Well, a boy of that size and the talent we're seeing on park, and as we see a nice little ball through there by Pinelands center, but not able to connect.
Oof. Oh, a little bit of a soft blow there for against Pinelands high school, that is. Paul Roos, boy, lucky to get away with a hit there. I think he just had a little bit of a slip. And here we have Paul Roos driving in there. Just ball hitting the back of his stick. Well, actually, I think that was a stick block. Yeah. Very hard skill to pull off, but once caught from the umpires, they will blow that up immediately.
These two umpires know exactly what a stick block looks like.
Yep, a little bit of a loose ball in midfield there, and the ever-present Sean Mart just there to distribute yet again. Big ball going through, short corner. Pinelands under heaps of pressure at the moment, and as we spoke about, you know, they need to be able to outlet a lot better. They need to find a strategy here. The coach will be working overtime to get his players with some confidence to play the ball into the midfield, where their midfield is looking to fetch, but Paul Roos at the moment just capitalizing on Pinelands' ability to outlet.
First short corner of the second half, just over 5 minutes in.
I think the stats are 5 corners to Paul Roos and no goal yet. So great defense from Pinelands at short corners.
The ball goes out to first castle, looking for variation. How's your mother, how's your father? Flick through, and well defended by the keeper. Short corner again.
I think that was a little bit too easy from a Pinelands point of view, with Sean Moore just dribbling his way and having a easy one going through there. But again, as I said, why are these boys constantly trying to go high? You know, you could push the ball past the foot, hit the backboard. Hardest place to save for the keeper. It's in the corners of the goal.
They're definitely seeing a little bit of a gap there. His ball rolls loose, and lucky to come away with this one again. So just looking at the run out of the Pinelands defense, they are leaving quite a bit of space on the left side. And as you say,
the flick and a goal. Sean Mart finally getting his goal from the top of the circle.
The was a fantastic pace flick. And as we said that, they had added another player to the left side of the castle. Just opened up quite a bit of space down the center, but and then it comes down to how you score. Currently 4-0.
8 minutes into this second half, and 3 quick goals from Paul Roos has really just taken the sting out of Pinelands' play over here. They would hope this scoreline doesn't escalate, but here Paul Roos come again on another break. Pass through, great control, and unfortunately for the Paul Roos player, I think that ball was lifted a little bit too dangerously. And Zia Davids can breathe a sigh of relief there, as his goals has been under the pump in this half, with his defenders finding him wanting alone on his line over there again.
Yeah, that was great management of the ball there by Pinelands. Unfortunately, giving the ball to Adam Graham under pressure. And that ball going straight to touch.
I think that's about one of the first overheads we've seen from Paul Roos there. They've generally just been keeping the game on the ground. They found a lot of joy in that regard, so it's interesting to see them change it up.
Yeah, overheads are not always a high percentage pass, so if you have control of the game and you have your opposition under pressure.
We're seeing a lot more of the overhead being used as an attacking option in international hockey nowadays, about throwing that ball into space, making it a 50-50 contest between a striker and a defender. In the past it was used a lot as a defensive option, but now we're seeing a lot more of it as an attacking option. And here we have, I think there's great skill, great composure, and goal time. Was that Baden Geldenhuis again? No, yeah, that was Baden Geldenhuis. Great bit of skill there from Baden Geldenhuis, the boy that comes from Kuilsriver, doing his schooling in Stellenbosch, Paul Roos.
Yeah, it's quite a long way to travel in the mornings.
Well, you know, investment from the parents, sending the kids to the best schools they can. That's what you want, you know, to give your child the best opportunity. But I think he might be a boarder.
Not like us train boys from back in the day.
Yeah, I can imagine, Randall, you've earned your schooling at Paul Roos the hard way.
But as we're looking up, currently score still at 5-0. I think the pace of the counter attacks is also something that has been difficult for Pinelands to manage. This will be a card. As
we spoke about in the beginning of the game, that low body check over there, Liam Ferguson just rewarding the defender with a green card there. That's 2 minutes in the sin bin. And Paul Roos coming again, far post, goal time. Yet another goal on the far post. Pinelands with a man down there being punished. It's going to be a long day for these lads if they don't tidy it up. And Josh Alfie there with another goal. Was it Josh Alfie? That's correct.
Yeah, Josh Alfie wide awake on that far post.
So with all the experience of Coach Ashton Freddy, some people would have noticed that Paul Roos have gone into a back three formation. That being able to put more players in the midfield, pushing their strikers a lot higher. And maybe that's the reward that we're seeing from all those far post goals, you know. So the back three definitely working for Paul Roos. I don't think Pinelands have been able to deal with it effectively. But yeah, another goal, backspace shot. He had more time than he realized. I think that was Josh Alfie again, looking for his hat-trick of goals today. Josh Alfie.
Yeah, managing attacks like this is quite difficult. As we look up at the field, we see very few outlet opportunities here for Pinelands as another big counter-attack comes through.
And another tomahawk shot there. I think that was from Barent Geldenhuys again. I could be mistaken, but just going wide there. Paul Roos now really turning up the heat over here in this game. Never mind the temperature on its own.
I think temps nearing, if not surpassing 30 degrees so far. It's 11 o'clock. Oh, it's only 23. Apologies.
And Sean Mart with some silky hands there. The silky midfielder of Paul Roos. A one-time pass. Looking for that far post again. Goal. Ooh. Some great work there from Paul Roos. You know, shifting the ball right to left. Sean Mart really the catalyst here for Paul Roos. Just showing his class and skill. And the Landers are finding it difficult to contain the maroon machine from Stellenbosch.
Yeah, I think if Pinelands can just look to link up the shorter passes in the middle of the field and get around this
very
concentrated midfield.
A very quiet bench here from Pinelands. Definitely the sting out of their tails at the moment, but you know, Coach Randall Hendricks definitely whispering a few words of knowledge into his players' ears to keep encouraging them, trying to work out a strategy over here.
Another ball coming through on that right side. Most of the attack has been middle to left and working right across the D. Just come over the long corner. And just over 6 minutes to go. The pressure remains, and
Ruben Sensel there with an opportunity for Paul Roos, just skying that backstick. But again, an open play in the circle, which is the marking from Pinelands at the back. I don't know if they've just been defending for so long that it's just gotten a little bit loose. They're struggling to manage. Again, the back three of Paul Roos that they've shifted into has created more attacking options for them, and Pinelands just haven't been able to adjust to that.
Massive unforced error there. Not something you want to see happen when you are 6-0 down, but hoping Pinelands can pull something back here.
Again, some good skills there from the Paul Roos boys in tight areas, but Ruben unable to find Moses Kusman. And the Pinelands boys just trying to slow this game and see it out the last 5 minutes.
It's never easy playing a match confidently when the scores are against you, but that is what you want to see from players. You want to see them fight to the very end. That was a fantastic little drive of the left side, but back they come.
It's strong carry here from Sensel, trying to find that far post again, which they've done the entire second half. They just shift the ball so nicely, these lads, but you can see the Pinelands boys are just so tired at this stage. They've just been chasing constantly, and some respite there for the boys there. They can just breathe again. It's been a tough afternoon out here in the heat, but they haven't stopped fighting, which is important.
Keenan, it's 11 a.m.
Is it 11 a.m? With this heat, it feels like it's afternoon. Shame, have you seen these lads? I hope you know, they can get some good electrolytes after this. We saw the Trostay boys pull a few cramps there in the previous game. So boys are in for a long afternoon. Oh, some nice channel play here by Paul Roos. And a hit across. Unfortunately, execution just off there.
Yeah, festival hockey can be quite taxing on the body.
Remember, they're only 17 and 18, and they still made out of rubber. They can play 4 games in one day.
Yeah, I'm sure if the umpires forget to blow the final whistle, they'll just keep playing.
Yeah, these boys love a good hockey festival. They all just enjoy playing, being out there on the park. You know, for Pinelands, they probably want the game to end, but Paul Roos have definitely hit their straps, and you know, wouldn't mind if this game went on for another 10 minutes.
Yeah, and massive thanks to Milnerton for hosting. Fantastic stands out on the other side, parents all around, and great hospitality out here.
Great step there from the Pinelands high school defender. Unfortunately, yeah, there he keeps going. Great fight, great work from him there, stepping up through, just trying to look for a pass now, and he gets the hits, exactly what he wanted.
And
Oh, short corner.
Short corner for that wild tackle. So some might say at home, no, but it was an accident. Well, the truth is you cannot intentionally foul anyone.
Yeah, Entry Burns is one of the stricter umpires around, so he will definitely, look at that, the intention of the defender, but he will not take any prisoners. He will blow what he sees, as he has done there, giving a short corner to Pinelands. Their first opportunity in the second half. Can they do something?
And the Paul Roos keeper with the classic early 90s white kit. Ooh,
unlucky. Pinelands working so hard for that short corner. They won't be too impressed with themselves of just not executing that PCA. 2 minutes left on the clock, 6-0. Can Pinelands get a consolation goal, or Paul Roos going to extend the lead? What do you think, Randall?
I'm quite happy to see Pinelands put something on the board. Can see the tails up now as they look to apply pressure, but they're finding their feet slowly, looking to build.
Pinelands also doing a little bit of a higher press now, not sitting off as much.
Yeah, looking to take advantage of some of the spaces that are being made available. And as we say that, another big counter, solid tackle in the middle of the park.
Seems like these last 2 minutes, Pinelands have some skip in their step over here. They just came out playing like it's the first 2 minutes of the game.
I believe that's Adam Graham, but I'm not sure now because we know the vice captain does have a headband, but I'm seeing more than one headband on the park now. Just under a minute left. Pinelands again winning this pass, winning the blow.
28 degrees Celsius here in Milnerton High School. I can imagine that a couple of these boys will want to be wearing headbands after today. But that is time. Sorry guys, it seems like our online clock was a little bit behind there with a few stoppages. But 6-0 Paul Roos. 2 Paul Roos, sorry. Pinelands putting up a brave fight in that first half. Just couldn't contain the maroon train in that second half.
Well, the correct term is the maroon machine. But we'll let that one slide.
I think the Stellenbosch University hockey team will want to rectify you there, or rectify you at least, that they are the actual maroon machine. But
well, being a Paul Roos old boy, I'm sure I know that they are the maroon machine. But thanks, ladies and gents. We'll be back in a few minutes for the next matchup, which I believe will be HTS Droste versus Westerford Girls.